Hello and welcome back to my channel where we are reading the Bible in a year. We are reading the entire Bible in a year and we are on day 74. All right, we should be on day 81, but we're on day 74. All right, pray for me. All right, so we are still in the book of Matthew. We're reading Matthew 16. Matthew is a very, 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 very long book, I see. Yeah, well, not really. There are other books, because Acts is coming up next, and it's about 28 chapters too. So we're reading Matthew 15, 21 through 39. All right, the Canaanite woman's faith. Jesus left that place and went away to the district of Tyre and Sidon. Just then, a Canaanite woman from the region came out and started shouting, "Have mercy on me, Lord, Son of David. My daughter is tormented by a demon." But he did not answer her at all. His disciples came up and urged him, saying, "Send her away, for she keeps shouting after us." He answered, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt before him, saying, So his reply to her, "I was sent only to the lost sheep of the house of Israel." But she came and knelt before him, saying, "Lord, help me." He answered, "It is not fair to take the children's food and throw it to the dogs." She said, "Yes, Lord, yet even the dogs eat the crumbs that fall off their master's table." Then Jesus answered her, "Woman, great is your faith. Let it be done for you as you wish." And her daughter was healed instantly. Jesus cures many people. After Jesus left that place, he passed along the Sea of Galilee and he went up to the mountain where he sat. Great crowds came to him, bringing with them the lame, the maimed, and the blind, the mute, and others. They put them at his feet and he cured them. So the crowd was amazed when they saw the mute speaking and the maimed whole and the lame walking and the blind seeing. And they praised the God of Israel. Then Jesus called his disciples to him and said, "I have compassion for the crowd, because they have been with me now for 3 days and have nothing to eat. I do not want to send them away hungry, for they might faint on the way." The disciples said to him, "Where are we to get enough bread in the desert to feed so great a crowd?" Jesus asked them, "How many loaves have you?" They said, 7, and a few small fish. Then, ordering the crowd to sit down on the ground, he took the 7 loaves and the fish. After giving thanks, he broke them and gave them to the disciples, and the disciples gave them to the crowds. And all of them ate and were filled, and they took up the broken pieces left over, 7 baskets full. Those who had eaten were 4,000 men, besides women and children. After sending away the crowds, he got into the boat and went into the region of Magada. So now I'm wondering, so back in 14, he fed the 5,000, and this one it says feeding the 4,000. Is there 2 counts of this? Okay, so I'm going back to so this is when so the first account was when he withdrew from the crowd because he had found out about John being beheaded. Okay, so this is after he cures. This account is after he cures. So he does this twice. I'm gonna have to do some more research on this. So so down here in the notes it says, despite witnessing Jesus' previous miracle, the disciples protest. They have some understanding More is needed. Their words of protest should provide hope. They whine about being in the desert, the very place of liberation where God feeds the people. Women and children are getting mentioned but not counted. I have to really figure that out. Is that like the same account? Okay, anyway, let's move on to we're moving on to Leviticus to Numbers. So Numbers 1 and 2. Okay. Numbers 1, the first census of Israel. The Lord spoke to Moses in the wilderness of Sinai in the tent of meeting on the first day of the second month in the second year. Ooh, that's long. Okay, second year after they had come out of the land of Egypt, saying, take a census of the whole congregation of the Israelites on their clans, ancestral houses, according to the number of names, every male individually from 20 years old and upward, everyone in Israel able to go to war. You and Aaron shall enroll them company by company. A man from each tribe shall be with you, each man the head of his ancestral house. These are the names of the men who shall assist you. From Reuben, Elazar, son of Shedeur. From Simeon, Shelumiel, son of Zorishadai. From Judah, Nahshon, son of Amminadab. From Issachar, Nathaniel, son of Zuar. From Zebulun, Eliab, son of Helon. From sons of Joseph, Ephraim, Elishama, son of Ammihud. From Manasseh, Gamaliel, son of Peduzar. From Benjamin, Abidan, son of Gideoni. From Dan, Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai. From Asher, Pagiel, son of Ochran. From Gad, Elipsa, son of Dio. From Naphtali, Ahira, son of Enam. These were the ones chosen from the congregation, the leaders of their ancestral tribes, the heads of divisions of Israel. Moses and Aaron took these men who had been designated by name, and on the first day of the second month they assembled the whole congregation together. They registered themselves in their clans by their ancestral houses according to the number of names from 20 years old upward, individually as the Lord had commanded Moses. So he enrolled them in the wilderness of Sinai. The descendants of Reuben, Israel's firstborn, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral houses according to the number of names, individually, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Reuben were 46,500. The descendants of Simeon, their lineage, their clans by their ancestral houses, those of them that were numbered according to the number of names, individually, every male from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Simeon were 59,300. The descendants of Gad, their lineage and their clans and their ancestral houses according to the number of names from 20 years and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled by the tribe of Gad were 45,650. The descendants of Judah, their lineage, their clans by their ancestral houses according to the number of names from 20 years and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those in the tribe were 74,600. The descendants of Issachar, their lineage, their clans by their ancestral houses according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled of the tribe of Issachar were 54,400. The descendants of Zebulun, their lineage, in their clans by their ancestral houses according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Zebulun were 57,400. The descendants of Joseph, namely the descendants of Ephraim, their lineage and their clans by their ancestral names according to the number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Ephraim, were 4,500. The descendants of Manasseh, their lineage, their clans, by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Manasseh were 32,200. The descendants of Benjamin, their lineage and clans, their ancestral houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Benjamin were 35,400. The descendants of Dan, their lineage, their clans, by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Dan was 62,700. The descendants of Asher, their lineage and their clans and their ancestral names, according to the names. Number of names from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Asher were 41,500. The descendants of Naphtali, their lineage, their clans, by their ancestral houses, according to the number of names, from 20 years old and upward, everyone able to go to war. Those enrolled in the tribe of Naphtali were 53,400. Those who were enrolled, whom Moses and Aaron enrolled with the help of the leaders of Israel, 12 men, each were 20 years and upward, everyone able to go to war in Israel. The whole number was 3,550. The Levites, however, were not numbered by the ancestral tribe among them. The Lord had said the Levites, so Levites were among them. Okay, but they weren't numbered. Yeah, so they had really more than that, I guess. The Lord said to Moses, "Only in the tribe of Levi you shall not enroll in you." Oh, okay. So the Levites, Levi. You shall not enroll, you shall not take a census of them with their Israelites. Rather, you shall appoint the Levites over the tabernacle of the covenant, and over all its equipment, and over all that belongs to it. They are to carry the tabernacle and all its equipment, and they shall tend it. They shall camp around the tabernacle. When the tabernacle is to set out, the Levites shall take it down. When the tabernacle is to be pitched, the Levites shall set it up, and the outsider who comes near shall be put to death. The other Israelites shall camp in their respective regimental camps by companies, but the Levites shall camp around the tabernacle of the covenant, that there may be no wrath in the congregation of Israelites, and the Levites shall perform the guard duty of the tabernacle of the covenant. The Israelites did so. They did just as the Lord commanded Moses. The order of encampment and marching. The Lord spoke to Moses and Aaron, saying, the Israelites shall camp each in their respective regiments under, this is chapter 2. Under their ensigns of their ancestral houses, they shall camp facing the tent of meeting on every side. Those to camp east side toward the sunrise shall be a regimental encampment of Judah by companies. The leader of the people of Judah shall be Nahshon and Amminadab, with a company as enrolled of 74,600. Those shall camp next to him shall be the tribe of Issachar. The leader of the Issacharites shall be Nathaniel, son of Zuar, with a company enrolled of 54,400. Then the tribe of Zebulun, the leader of Zebulunites, shall be Eliab, son of Helon, with the company enrolled of 57,400. The total enrollment of the camp of Judah by companies is 186,400. They shall set out first on the march. On the side shall be the regimental encampment of Reuben by companies. The leader of the Reubenites shall be the Eleazar, son of Shadur, with a company as enrolled of 46,500. And those camped next to him shall be the tribe of Simeon. The leader of the Simeonites shall be Shelumiel, son of Zurishaddai, with a company as enrolled of 59,300. Then the tribe of Gad, the leader of the Gadites, shall be Elipsat, son of Reuel, with a company of enrolled of 45,650. The total enrollment of the camp of Reuben by companies is 150,450. They shall set out second. The tent of meeting with the camp of the Levites shall be set out in the center of the camps. They shall set out just as they camp, each in possession by their regiments. On the west side shall be the regimental encampment of Ephraim. by companies, the leader of the people of Ephraim shall be the Elishama, son of Emuhad, with a company is a roll of 40,500. Next to him shall be the tribe of Manasseh. The leader of the people of Manasseh shall be Gamaliel, son of Peduzar, with a company as in roll of 32,200. Then the tribe of Benjamin, the leader of the Benjamites, shall be Abidan, son of Gideoni, with a company as in roll of 35,400. The total enrollment of the camp of Ephraim by company is 108,100. They shall set out third on the march. On the north side shall be the regimental encampment of Dan by companies. The leader of the Danites shall be Ahiezer, son of Ammishaddai, with a company as in roll of 62,700. Those who camp next to him shall be the tribe of Asher. The leader of the Asherites shall be Pagiel, son of Akron, with a company as a roll of 45,500. Then the tribe of Naphtali, the leader of Naphtalites shall be Ahira, son of Enam, with a company roll of 53,400. The total enrollment of the camp of Dan is 157,600. They shall set out last by companies. This was the enrollment of the Israelites by the ancestral houses. The total enrollment of the camps by their companies was 3,550, just as the Lord had commanded Moses, and the Levites were not enrolled among other Israelites. The Israelites did just as the Lord had commanded Moses. They camped by regiments, and they set out the same way, everyone by clans according to ancestral houses. All right. Ooh, I got a lot of reading next. So a lot of double chapters. All right. And oh, and it's still like a lot of directions and things like that. Still a lot of that going on. Until we probably get to chapter 10, when basically we talk about the people's rebellion and complaining, more complaining. And then they talk about the journey, and then the bronze serpent is coming up. All right, so let's move on. So we got that done, and then now we're going to move on to Ecclesiastes, finishing up chapter 1 with 12 through 2:26. So we're going to finish up 1:12 through 2:26. Really, that's a whole chapter, all of chapter 2. So 1:12, the futility of speaking wisdom. I, the teacher, when king over Israel and Jerusalem, applied my mind to seek and search out by wisdom all that is done under heaven. It is an unhappy business that God has given to human beings to be busy with. I saw all the deeds that are done under the sun, and see all that is vanity and chasing after wind. What is crooked cannot be made straight, and what is lacking cannot be counted. I said to myself, I have acquired great wisdom, surpassing all who were over Jerusalem before me. All right. My mind has great experience of wisdom and knowledge, and I applied my mind to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is but a chasing after wind. For in much wisdom is much vexation, and those who increase knowledge increase sorrow. The fatality of self-indulgence, chapter 2. I said to myself, come now, I will make a test of pleasure, enjoy yourself. But again, this also was vanity. I said of laughter, it is mad, and of pleasure, what use is it? I searched with my mind how to cheer my body with wine, my mind still guiding me with wisdom, and how to lay hold on folly until I might see what was good for mortals and do under heaven during the few days of their life. I made great works. I built houses and planted vineyards for myself. I made myself parks and planted them in all kinds of fruit trees. I made myself pools from which to water forests of growing trees. I brought male and female slaves, silver and gold to the treasure of kings, and became great and surpassed all who were before me in Jerusalem. Also my wisdom remained with me. Whatever my eyes desire, I did not keep from them. I kept my heart from no pleasure, for my heart found pleasure in all my toil, and this was my reward for my toil. I consider all that my hands had done and the toil I spent in doing it, and again all was vanity and chasing after wind. There was nothing to be gained under the sun. Wisdom and joy given to the one who pleases God. So I turned to consider wisdom and madness and folly. For what can be one who comes after the king? Only what has already been done. Then I saw that wisdom excels folly as light excels darkness. The wise have eyes in their head, but fools walk in darkness. Yet I perceive that the name fate befalls all of them. Then I said to myself, what happens to the fool will happen to me also. Why then have I been so wise? And I said to myself that this also is vanity. For there is no enduring remembrance of the wise of fools, seeing that in the days to come all will have been long forgotten. How can the wise die just like fools? So I hated life, because what is done under the sun was grievous to me. For all is vanity and chasing after wind. I hated all my toil in which I had toiled under the sun, seeing that I must leave it to those who come after me. Who knows whether they will be wise or foolish? Yet they will be master of all for which I toil and use my wisdom under the sun. This also is vanity. So I turned and gave my heart up to despair concerning all the toil my labors under the sun, because sometimes one who has toiled with wisdom and knowledge and skill must leave it all to be enjoyed by another who did not toil for it. This also is vanity and great evil. What do mortals get from all the toil and strain with which they toil under the sun? For all their days are full of pain, and their work is vexation. Even at night their minds do not rest. This is also vanity. There is nothing better for mortals than to eat and drink and find enjoyment in their toil. Also, Saul is from the hand of God, for apart from him, who can eat or have enjoyment? For to the one person pleases him, God gives wisdom and knowledge and joy. But to the sinner, he gives the work of gathering and heaping. Only to give to one who pleases God, this also is vanity and chasing after wind. So, like in 2:24 to 26, people must enjoy good things in life whenever the opportunity presents itself. God is reintroduced at the end of the passage to give theological grounding to admonition. Okay, so just have to do a little bit more study into this, and I don't want to have like dead silence in the video, but yeah, just some more study into this whole this part of Ecclesiastes. But anyway, so that ends today's lesson on day 74. I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 more to go. 7 more to go, and I am going to end it here because I need to start getting ready. I have promised my kids a day of flying kites, and I have other things to go to. I have an event, and I'm trying to finish painting my wall. All right, so anyway, with that, I'm going to end it here, and until next time, or until day 75, be blessed and farewell.